Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming in from Mahogany City where it is the explorers trying to make sure that their season is not melting away as they have lost their last 3 games. But to get back on track, they're going to have to take down the Montana Sylphs who've just slipped out of an Elite 4 position, but with a victory here, they'll actually move themselves up to the top of the leaderboard. So with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the Ice types? Will it be the Ghost types? Let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
So much riding on this match between these two sides who had such a great start to the start of the season. It is going to be Skeledirge and Sinister starting out for the Sylphs. It is Sir Titan and Avalok starting out for the Explorers, and immediately Sir Titan with the Stuffed Cheeks chowing down on its Leopard Berry nice and early, trying to boost that physical defense a great deal. That's only base 65, as Sinister is going to go for that arm thrust, this physical move, so it is a good thing that Sir Titan boosted its physical defenses here. This multi-hit move, if he can get all 5, it could be able to do a lot of damage, as it is super effective, but it only connects with 3 there. But Skeledirge is going to try and follow it up with the fake out. They are focusing in onto Sir Titan here, as Avalok is going to ride that Surf, connecting with everyone, but it is super effective onto Skeledirge. Not very effective, however, onto Sinister, as Sir Titan follows it up with the Aero Blast, and this is super effective, putting Sinister into knockout range with that critical hit, as it is going to respond with that super effective Sacred Fire. But Sir Titan actually takes that a lot better than expected. Skeledirge though follows it up with the Calm Mind here. It is going to boost those special stats, including that special attack that is base 110. However, Avalok, trying to capitalize, is going to go for the Eerie spell. And that does very little damage there to Skeledirge, but does cut into its PB by 3. And so Titan follows it up with the Eruption. It's not going to do much damage to Skeledirge, but it actually eliminates Sinister from the match, giving the Explorers the early lead, and they have already taken down one top tier side this season. Can they do it again? As the triple dive in response from Skeledirge onto Sir Titan, it connects with the first one, it connects with the second, and it is going to connect with the third, but Avalok is going to have the opportunity to focus solely in on Skeledirge here. It could go for something big, and it is going to go with the Magic Powder. This could be really intelligent because it's going to change Skeledirge into a Psychic type, so it's just lost all of its immunities. However, it is Dragapult coming out for the Sylphs, one of the quickest Pokemon in the PokeType League, immediately with the Air Cutter connecting with both Ice types. So Titan though, with the Retaliate, is able to land that blow onto Skeledirge. Remember, it is a Psychic type, and it responds with the Brave Bird. It's going to get some recoil damage, and it's not enough to take out Sir Titan. It does put it into knockout range, and we do get Avalok going for the fake tears, but that clear body ability of Dragapult prevents it from having its stats lowered, as Dragapult does go for the Wrap, doing very little damage to Sir Titan, but you have to think it's going to be that passive damage that takes out of this matchup. But the Darkest Lariat from Sir Titan is going to take Skeledirge out of this matchup. Before that happens, with that super effective move, Avalok can focus in onto Dragapult, going for the tearful look. And yet again, that clear body, the stats will not be lowered. Avalok needs to go in the offensive, as that Wrap is going to take Sir Titan out of this matchup. It is going to be Mamoswine though coming out in its place, as it is Dusknoir coming out for the Montana Sylphs, and it is exerting that pressure over the Mahogany Explorers. Dragapult with the Entrainment on to Avalok, so it is going to lose that sturdy ability and takes the clear body ability instead, so now its stats won't be lowered. However, Mamoswine is going to go for the Fairy Lock, making it so nobody can escape during the next turn, but no one's looking to run away from this match, and we hope you aren't either, as Dusknoir with the Smackdown, laying that Smackdown super effective onto Avalok, but didn't do a great deal of damage. Avalok is going to respond with the Vice Grip, but unfortunately it does phase straight through Dusknoir, and this opens the door for Dragapult to try and capitalize, going for the Swallow, but it hasn't gone for the Stockpile, so that is going to fail. It opens the door for Mamoswine to try and capitalize with the Substitute. It is going to cut into its own health to put that Substitute out onto the field that will have to be taken out before Mamoswine starts taking damage, and we'll get the Spite onto Avalok from Dusknoir, cutting it into its PP by 4 there, as Avalok is going to respond with the Seed Flare, but that's going to be avoided as well by Dusknoir. Dragapult though with the Wood Hammer, trying to take out that Substitute. It is super effective as well, so that was clever by Mamoswine to put it out in the field, but that Substitute has already faded. There is a little bit of recoil damage for Dragapult in the process. Mamoswine though with the Poison Powder, however, that is going to be avoided by Dragapult, and this allows Dusknoir to try and capitalize, going with the Wild Charger. Will get a little bit of recoil damage, gets in some good damage though onto Avalok there. And Avalok is going to respond with the Sweet Kiss. It won't have its stats lowered, but Dragapult is going to be left in a confused state. So they're hoping that Dragapult will be doing damage to itself here on the field. It needs to shake it off, otherwise that tail is not going to face through it and go straight into its forehead. However, it goes for the lock-on onto Mamoswine here. Focusing in there, taking aim. It needs to go for something big, but first Mamoswine is going to go for the Petal Blizzard, doing damage to everybody on the field. It's not very effective onto Dragapult though, as Dusknoir responds with the Razor Leaf, super effective onto Mamoswine, putting Avalok into knockout ranges. Avalok responds with the Water Shuriken. This multi-hit move will not be very effective onto Dragapult, and it only connects twice there, as Dragapult is still in a confused state yet again. It needs to shake it off, but it is unsuccessful, slapping itself with its own tail, unfortunately. But Mamoswine can try and capitalize here, going for the Side Shield Bash, putting Dragapult into knockout range, and there is that physical defense boost for Mamoswine, as Dusknoir with the Wild Bolt Storm. That will not affect Mamoswine, but it is also going to be avoided by Avalok. And this allows Avalok to try and capitalize. It goes for the Steel Wing, and Dragapult has been eliminated from this matchup by Avalok of all Pokemon. That is unbelievable, but the Explorers do maintain their lead in this matchup, as Avalok does chow down on its Leopard Berry. It has been out here that long. It is Basculegion coming out for the Sylphs. Mamoswine though, with the speed control, goes for the Supercell Slam. Massive damage there to Dusknoir. Would have been super effective on Basculegion though, who responds with the X as it gets a great connection onto Mamoswine, and Dusknoir does follow it up with the Acid Armor. Is going to give itself a great defense boost there. But Avalok, who's still in this matchup now, going with the Rock Polish, it's going to boost its speed a great deal. Can it move quicker than the Ghost types though, as Mamoswine goes for the Sucker Punch, but unfortunately that is going to fail, and Basculegion does look to capitalize, goes with the Power Split, focusing in onto Mamoswine there, sharing the power between the two. But Avalok now quicker than Dusknoir, goes for the round, which unfortunately will not work. It doesn't affect the Ghost types, and Dusknoir can capitalize, going with the Growl here. It is going to lower that physical attack of Mamoswine, but it doesn't work on Avalok thanks to that Clear Body ability. We get the Fairy Wind from Mamoswine onto Basculegion, very little chip damage, who responds with the Dark Pulse, and Mamoswine is able to hang on by a thread. We get the Taunt from Avalok onto Basculegion, telling it to just bring it, and it is going to fall for that taunt. But first, Dusknoir is going to go and set up for the Solar Beam. It is going to absorb the light on this turn. And Mamoswine goes for the Sacred Sword, but that sword goes straight through Basculegion. But Basculegion has no moves left, so it's going to struggle. Going for Avalok, and it's unable to get the elimination. Basculegion does get the recoil damage. Avalok responds with the Air Slash, putting Dusknoir into knockout range, and Dusknoir is going to be able to finish off that Solar Beam to finish Mamoswine off, and that may have been quite excessive there with that super effective move. But Mamoswine has been eliminated, as it is going to be Baxcalibur now coming out for the Mahogany Explorers, and immediately it goes with the Petal Dance to take Dusknoir out of this matchup. The Explorers with the 4-2 advantage at the moment here, as Basculegion continues to struggle. It needs to go for Avalok, and it does, to take Avalok out of this matchup with a critical hit as well, but there will be that recoil damage for Basculegion. However, it has brought it down to a 3-2 Explorers advantage. It is going to be Typhlosion in its Hisuian form coming out for the Sylphs. It's going to be Beartick coming out for the Explorers, and immediately Typhlosion with the Sleep Powder, intelligently putting Baxcalibur to sleep here on the field, leaving Beartick to have to do all the work by itself at the moment. And whilst Baxcalibur is snoozing there on the field, it is also going to become confused due to the fatigue of that Petal Dance. And we still see Basculegion struggling on the field, continuing to get that recoil damage that's now put it into knockout range. It needs to shake that off. But first, the Phantom Force being set up by Beartick. It's going to vanish instantly from the field. And Basculegion has shaken off that taunt, as Typhlosion with the Leafage on the sleeping Baxcalibur is not very effective. Baxcalibur though is still fast asleep, and boy can that Pokemon snore away there on the field. Basculegion looking to capitalize, goes for the Flail, but it goes for Beartick, who does avoid that attack, and it does finish off the Phantom Force to finish off Basculegion with that super effective move as well. Typhlosion is all by itself, but it's got that Fire typing it can capitalize on. Goes for the Thunderbolt onto Beartick, gets in some great damage there as well, and Baxcalibur is still fast asleep here. Beartick though continuing, goes with the Hypnosis, but that's going to be avoided by Typhlosion. Typhlosion looking to capitalize, goes with the Gyro Ball, still going for Baxcalibur. That super effective move didn't actually do a great deal of damage, and Baxcalibur has awoken. But it is still in a confused state, needs to shake it off. It is successful. Going with the Gigaton Hammer, bringing the hammer down. Great damage to Typhlosion, even with a not very effective move. Beartech follows it up with the Charm, trying to put the moves here on to Typhlosion by lowering its attack, that physical attack, a great deal. Typhlosion though responds with the knock off. It is going to knock that Leopard Berry off of Beartech, getting some good damage there as well. Baxcalibur needs to shake off this confusion and keep on the offensive. However, it is unfortunately going to do damage to itself, which is great for Typhlosion. However, Beartech is going to go with the scratch, but those claws face straight through Typhlosion, and Typhlosion does respond with the shelter. No, you need to keep on the offensive, Typhlosion. However, it does boost its defense a great deal. That could turn out to be an intelligent play, as Baxcalibur is still confused. Yet again, it needs to shake it off. This time it's successful. It goes for the workup. So now it's going to boost its physical attack. It's already base 145 as well as boosting that special attack. But Beartech sets up the spikes. That is a costly error there by the Frozen Bear. Typhlosion could capitalize as those spikes are scattered on the side of the surface, but no one else is coming out onto the field. It goes for the cross poison. Doesn't actually get in that great deal of damage onto Beartech. And Baxcalibur has snapped out of its confusion, going with the Incinerate. That's not going to be very effective there onto Typhlosion. However, its Leopard Berry does get burned up, and Beartech follows up with the Energy Ball. Another not very effective move here onto Typhlosion, who's still holding its own. It needs to get some eliminations, so it sets up the spikes on the side of the Explorers. There is one Pokemon still remaining on the bench of the Ice-type side, as Baxcalibur with the Night Slash is going to get the elimination with that super effective move, and the Mahogany Explorers have just taken down the Montana Varicels, ending their 3-game losing streaks, showing that they are still contenders this season, and they are for real, moving themselves up to 6th place. And next round they will be going up against the Spikemuth Rockets, whereas for the Sylphs, they stay sitting outside the Elite Four looking in. But next round they will be going up against the Goldenrod Guild in the Battle of the Immunities. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.